You may be seated. And this time I'd like to invite up our friend and congregant, Rabbi Harris Shapiro, to share some words of Torah.
So, I have learned about the weakness of email chains because based on 2 different emails I had received yesterday morning, I was not, in fact, going to be giving the devar. The good news is we are going to be able to catch up on our time really well today. All righty. But, of course, being me, I have to say a few words. So Shoftim and so many other sections in Deuteronomy and Devarim are a wonderful mixture of really important ethical, legal considerations and just stuff that makes you want to go, oi. So, for example, in my section, the importance of having a witness who is telling the truth is really emphasized, the section that I read today. At the same time, we were reading about other things that may make us less comfortable, like you can, if you want to take over a city that the Lord your God has assigned to you, and of course this is in chapter 20, you can kill everybody. And the reason is that lest they lead you into doing all the abhorrent things that they have done for their gods, and you stand guilty before the Lord your God. They weren't doing really great things. The thought processes that they were performing child sacrifice, and that the Israelites who would have been mingling with them would somehow pick this up as a practice that they would want to emulate. Yeah. So let's kind of step back a second. And this reminds me very much of women being required to cover up so that men aren't tempted, right? That idea that you have no sort of backbone of your own and no self-discipline. And, you know, this could be Moses' frustration because he's seen that the people of Israel so far haven't shown a ton of backbone in not following the Midianites and not building a golden calf. Yeah, they kind of haven't kept up so far. So this might just be his last speech and his thought that, well, the only way they're not going to go to idol worship and these abhorrent practices is if those people are eliminated. So one good thing, this never happened. According to all the archaeological evidence and other mentions, even in Tanakh, no exterminations like this really took place, that Canaanites and some of the other peoples were still living in the land. And of course, archaeologists would suggest that the early Israelites, at least in part, were made up of Canaanites who chose a different path. So yay. And the other piece is that I thought were interesting was the idea of what is going on in modern Israel today. Far from saying no one who does not worship like us needs to be eliminated. Instead, we have mosques, we have churches, we have Baha'i, we have and even the Israelis themselves, the secular Israelis enjoy a little astrology, a little New Age, along with the ultra-Orthodox, Orthodox, conservative, Reform, and all kinds of shades in between. So it's nice to know that we've kind of graduated from this, and that certainly between the acceptance of modern liberal values about religion and also perhaps just plain old civilizational maturity, we have a place that really extends religious freedom, really accepts it, to some extent celebrates it, both in the United States and in the state of Israel. So those are my very brief comments off the cuff, and Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.